Hello, fanboys and girls, and welcome to the Fanboy Fight Club podcast, brought to you by Media Junkies, where every Tuesday we grace your ears with either a new or classic episode. You can find all of our previous episodes in our archives. Now, Fanboy Fight Club is our flagship podcast, but if you like the sound of our voices, just search Media Junkie in your favorite podcast app like Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, or CastBox, just to name a few. You will find Rogue Agents, a Division 2 podcast, the Gimmick Minute Wrestling podcast, and Why Are You a Gamer? So please subscribe to them all. If you're using Apple Podcast and you feel we deserve it, leave us a 5-star review. It helps us with exposure. We also appreciate anybody who wants to join in on the conversation. You can interact with us on Twitter and Instagram at Media Junkie Vids. If you want to comment on the podcast specifically, on this podcast specifically, hit us up at FBFC Podcast. I don't know why I struggled so much with that. At FBFC Podcast. Anyone new? Anyone new who follows us, we can also invite you to join our Discord channel. So just hit us up. We'd be happy to have you as a part of the conversation. My name is Jason. I have the pleasure of hosting the show. It's time to introduce you to the fanboys. Then we're going to enter the ring for the main event, and that's where the Fight Club part comes in. So without further ado, we have a full cast of characters on this week's show. First, the man who co-started Media Junkie. He is the one and only Wes. How you doing this week?
I'm great.
I'm glad. Happy to hear you. We also have the host of the Rogue Agents and Why Are You a Gamer podcast. You can also catch him streaming on his channel, Jamar Games. This is Jamar. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up? How you doing out there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my streamer intro.
There you go.
Sure,
we also have our
appreciates it.
Yeah. We also have our Fanboy Fight Club social media expert, Jake. Live from Not Flagstaff. What's going on, man?
I'm older this week, so that sucks.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jake.
Yeah, thanks. Also, I want to point out how amazing the pun is for Jamar's Twitch handle and new Twitter handle is.
Right? His last name's Gaines.
It is great. It is great. And last but not least, one of the co-hosts on the Gimmick Minute Wrestling podcast and the guy behind all the graphics on our channel and the designer of the Media Junkie t-shirt line available on tpublic.com. We have Michael. How you doing?
I'm great. Go buy my shirts.
Yeah. And this is our second podcast of the day, so hopefully our voices don't get too tired and we can soldier on through this. So, all right. So this is the part of the show where we normally talk about something that's going on in our lives or like anything that we've seen, played, or heard about or want to talk about. So is there anything anybody would like to get off their chest or complain about or celebrate or anything like that?
The new Batman costume's awful.
Right.
Terrible.
There it is.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine when it comes to the film, but whenever they were shooting Age of Ultron, there was a really shitty picture that was released from the set of like half of Ultron on top of a guy, and everyone thought that's what he was going to look like, and he didn't look anything like that. So, I mean, right now, I don't like the costume. Like what Reeves released recently, I thought it looked awful, but I'm sure it will be fine in the long run.
Well,
Okay.
see, you can't quite make it the same as Ultron. Ultron was like a 100% CGI character. Batman is not.
Yeah, but there's going to be
We don't know
CGI
that
lighting and things
I mean,
like
this
that.
cape's going to be CGI, and yeah, they're going to make it dark and nighttime during that scene we saw of him riding the motorcycle and stuff, but you can't undo the terrible mask that they've given him, that helmet that looks like it's protecting fucking Edward's hair. Like,
He's got that Jimmy
just
Neutron
saying.
head.
oh my god, he does!
I'm just hoping that like it's just for riding the motorcycle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because Matt Reeves put out that tweet with the short video, and they have such good like motion in the shoulder when it meets the chest piece, and then it seems like they just quit right there. Like they're like, fire that guy. He tried too hard, and then we should get some interns to make the rest of the fucking suit.
Maybe.
All right.
It's 4 months since October, and I still can't stop playing Call of Duty, so that's something.
Yeah. That's
The
definitely
addiction
something.
is real.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
At this point, it's past cocaine. It's like meth.
Oh no.
You don't enjoy it, but you can't stop.
I think I've got a new podcast idea, Meth of Duty.
I I've noticed I've been picking at my face a lot more, so I totally get it.
I do have to say,
my
when I
God.
saw you
All
guys
right.
play on Twitch, I was in the chat for a little bit, and that's where Tucker versus Camper was a thing. But yeah, like that was terrible. Whatever map it was, the storage, the shipyard or whatever. Fuck that
let's
shit.
not talk about it.
I just want to point out that it finally brought back the ghost like Casper, cross like Jesus from the old Fanboy Fight Club. And it took me a second to realize what the hell I was talking about.
He did that on the Why You Are a Gamer too.
Yeah, he did.
Thanks, Mike, for listening to my show. It's
I listen to any of the
Yeah,
shows.
someone-
Next segment.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the main event. So I'm actually going to be a part of the battle this week. So this is the part of the show where I'm going to pass the mic off to Wes and Jake, who are this week's judges, and they're going to get us started. So, gentlemen, the floor is yours.
All right, Jake, you don't have a drive, so I'm taking over, right?
Yep.
All right. For this week's main event, the fanboys will be stating their case for the city they would like for Grand Theft Auto 6 to take place in. Of course, for the second week in a row, Michael didn't get to choose because he is the unprecedented double bitch of the week. Here's how the main event works. All fighters will be giving an intro round to bring up their topic, a 30-second attack round where they destroy each other's ideas, followed by a 30-second round where they can defend themselves. Then a final round where they can wrap up their argument into a pretty little bow. In between each round, the fanboys will be judged. The goal is to win, but the real motivation is to not be a loser. So the motivation here is to not be like Mike. The loser of the show will be deemed the next bitch of the week. Bitch of the week is the Fanboy Fight Club punishment that is bestowed upon the loser of each episode. Since Michael was our first double bitch of the week, which means he's lost 2 weeks in a row, if he happens to lose this week, he will be our first ever triple bitch of the week, which he will then be demoted to judge and subject him to constant ridicule until he finally competes again. Not that we already don't do that because it's Mike. I know we're so creative. So let's get into the first round. First round is make your case. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, so the first up we have Jamar. Go ahead and make a case.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate you picking me first. Thank you. All right, so there are many great locations for GTA 6, but there's really only one that will allow for similar success as GTA 5. That location is London. Yes, the capital and the largest city of England. Now, there's tons of reasons why this should be the next location, but I'm just going to give you 3. So first, London is filled with both historic and iconic scenery that is sure to give you tons of things to do in the city. Could you imagine how fun it would be to dress as a member of the Queen's Guard and infiltrate the Buckingham Palace? Or even jumping out of a plane to parachute down on top of the famous Big Ben? See, those are just a couple examples of give you a small idea of what you could be sure to find in store. Now, second, driving. Driving in GTA has always been its strongest mechanic in the game. And traffic design in London lends itself very well to high-speed driving throughout the city. We've seen examples with this in games before, like, a Talon Job or countless Need for Speed courses, as well as an infamous game, Getaway. My last, and I guess I could say final reason why GTA should be in London is Satire. Satire is the backbone to Grand Theft Auto and its stories. With the previous games pretty much taking place exclusively in the United States, they basically pumped that American well dry. So why not get a fresh breath of foggy air and move out to London? Between the royal family drama, Brexit, and their current prime minister basically being a British version of Donald Trump, there's so much good stuff you might not even be able to tell what's a joke and what's not. So there you have it, mates. GTA 6 will be set in the city, no other than the home of the Spice Girls. You're welcome, Kristen.
All right. GTA actually has a history of taking past locations and remaking them for future games, so I could see London working, and bonus points for mentioning royal family drama. All right.
As long as it says you are brown bread when you die.
You are brown bread. Okay. All right. So we're going to switch over to the next person, which is Jason. Jason, make a case.
All right. So for mine, If my iPad would unlock, hold on.
Minus 2 points.
Fuck. All right. So for mine, I guess I'll just start out with this. So Grand Theft Auto has also been a transition franchise, right? So starting on PC, PlayStation 1, where you could drive around the city with a bird's eye view of carnage and mayhem. The PlayStation 2 changed the game by introducing a third-person mode with a storyline that was crazy but yet easy to follow. Then in 2002, the game was revolutionized again. Up until Vice City, the protagonist character never spoke. So that's when we were introduced to Ray Liotta as the voice of Tommy Vercetti. It's time that Rockstar takes its talents back to South Beach for Grand Theft Auto 6. And it's going to be called Return to Vice City. This game will once again revolutionize the franchise. So the main story will feature 4 playable characters. First, the Vercetti twins, who are struggling nightclub owners, Tommy Vercetti III, who will go by T3, and his sister Tanya. The story will also feature their psycho friend and head of security that runs their nightclub named Big V. V has a quick trigger finger and a lust for violence. So, but he's, think Trevor, but kind of more refined, right? So, he also may be hiding a secret. Is he really a friend to the twins, or does he have his own agenda? The twins are dead set on following in the footsteps of their grandfather Tommy, who is also going to be our 4th playable character. And no, we're not going to have a 90-year-old Tommy Vercetti smacking people with a wheelchair or walker. We're going to be going back in time for his missions. So Tommy's role is going to be more of a mentor and a cautionary tale for his twin grandchildren. So we're going to switch between missions of the twins along with Big V rising to power, while also showing Tommy's fall from grace after the events of the first Vice City. And this is where we're going to revolutionize the franchise again. We're going to have 2 playable Vice City maps, one that exists in present day and another that takes place in the early to mid 90s. The buildings, the lighting, the vehicles, and of course the soundtrack are going to be unique to that time frame. The cast is going to feature celebrities synonymous with South Beach, along with some huge surprises. As far as the main cast, Ray Liotta will of course play Tommy Vercetti again. T3 will be played by Ben Schwartz, and Tanya will be played by Jenny Slate. You might remember those two as John Raffio and his sister Mona Lisa from Parks and Recreation. Big V will be played by Dennis the Menace. He's a little-known actor, but that's perfect for what voice or what Rockstar looks for. Vice City will also provide a beautiful visual with lights and colors of Florida-style homes and buildings. The map will be similar to San Andreas and focus on a large Miami-inspired city, and outside will have high-income and low-income neighborhoods and a swamp-like Everglades complete with aggressive alligators. We'll even include the Keys and Cuban Islands for special missions. Judges, with the story and the presentation that I put before you, while my opponents may try to argue that Vice City needs to be my opponents may try to argue it, but Vice City needs to be the home for the next installment of the Grand Theft Auto franchise.
Damn, that was solid work there. Good job.
All right, thank you.
All right, and next up we have the bitch of the week, also known as Michael. Okay, Michael, you ready?
It's double bitch of the week. Get it right.
Oh, my apologies. Okay, yeah, dude, that was impressive. Great job. All right, next up we have the double bitch of the week, also known as Michael. Michael, you ready?
I am ready as I'll ever be.
All right, make a case. Shoot it out.
All right. So, you've visited Vice City. You've visited San Andreas, Liberty City, and Los Santos. Now get ready for the largest GTA map of all time. Welcome to Canada. That's right, we're going to the Great White North. You'll be able to travel through major cities and even the tundras from sea to frozen sea, fighting off locals, bears, and even Bigfoot. In story mode, you will follow Ryan as he goes on to his misadventures with familiar faces, Trevor from GTA 5 and Roman from GTA Liberty City. Ryan, who's native to the Great White North, works basically helping fugitives cross the border who are on the run from whether it's local or federal government in the United States. So you have to see how he works with them to then also commit crimes in his home country of Canada, and all the hijinks that will entail. You will get drunk on maple syrup, you'll steal a moose, you're gonna punch some locals in the face and have them say sorry. But the biggest thing that will be great about the story mode is you'll get to be in a fist fight with the Great One himself, Canada's own Dwayne Gretzky. That's right, the famous hockey player who's totally not going to get Now we're going to move on to online mode. Because let's be honest, this is what made GTA survive and thrive as long as it did for GTA 5. In online, you're going to have free reign to terrorize Canada however you want. You can go and commit crimes and get chased by Mounties. You can, just go and just murder a bunch of Canadians who are going to be super polite to you. Or the best part is you're going to be able to go and plan out heists to rob the Jim Norton's Donut franchise. All this you can do online with your friends. Now just make sure that you pre-order, because if you pre-order, you're going to get the Rocket and Bullfinkel pack. This will unlock a special moose that shoots tiny squirrel rockets out of his ass while saying hilarious familiar quips of a duo that is completely different and not going to also infringe on anyone else's copyright. GTA Oh Canada is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC spring of 2021. And we promise to maybe release 40% of what we just talked about at launch. And that's going to be GTA Oh Canada.
All right, damn, you guys all did a phenomenal job. Props to all of you. I would play every single one of those games. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and vote. Jake, and then do you want to vote?
Yeah, go first.
All right, so I have it set up going Jason, Mike, Jamar.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the exact same thing. Not that any of them were bad by any means, but
No, none of them were bad at all. There was just certain aspects I enjoyed hearing some story and some pointers. Okay, next we're going to the attack round. This is what you're going to fuck everyone else, and not in the sexual way. All right. I mean, for bitch of the week, you can kind of do whatever you'd like. All right. So,
Fuck yeah.
First up, we have Jason. Jason, go ahead and
shit.
fuck everyone else. We got 30 seconds on the clock. Once I get my phone here.
All right, hold on 1 second. All right.
All right, pop the beer. Okay,
All
you
right,
ready?
All right. Yeah, I'm good.
Go.
All right, starting with Jamar. I gotta admit, you had a really good concept, but here's the problem with London. One, it's got some good architectural things and stuff like that, but everything's like really close together, and to get those visuals while you're driving around, it's going to be a little bit hard. And really, like, GTA doesn't use a whole lot of real life events, and driving on the other side of the road is going to get real boring real quick, and it's already hard enough to drive in that game. Mike, there is no crime element in Canada whatsoever, so the game just isn't going to work there. And way to mispronounce one of the greatest hockey players' names of all time. It's Wayne, not Dwayne.
Okay. Next up, we have Mike. All right, Mike, you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
All right, Mike, go ahead and fuck everyone else.
All right, so let's start. Boy, Vice City sold 6 million units, and San Andreas sold 21. Like, at least if you're gonna reboot GTA and go back to a city we've already visited, fucking choose the more successful franchise. And Jamar, I'm sorry, London, I love it, but at the end of the day, it's just gonna rain nonstop and be gloomy. And driving in the rain in GTA 5 was a hell. I can only imagine doing it 24/7. Plus, GTA 5 was beautiful. Everything you looked at, you're just like, oh man, they did a great job. London's just gonna be gloomy.
Time. All right. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Jamar. Jamar, are you ready to fuck everyone else?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Mike cut out for me, so I only heard about a third of what he said about me. So this is gonna be real interesting.
That's his tactic.
That time that my internet went out on me.
He cut out the beginning. You're absolutely right. Okay, Jamar, are you ready to fuck everyone else non-sexually?
Yeah, sure.
All right, 30 seconds on the clock. Oh, Mike's still going. Okay, and go.
Okay, so apparently I'm the only one that paid attention to the task. It was to pick a location and not design a game. Neither one of you guys actually gave details of why your city was the best option. Canada was the original idea, sure, but you didn't even pick it. And then you brought up hockey. Lame. Jason, Vice City was a great choice, right? But you do realize it was skipped over by San Andreas for a reason. It's cool, but it only had the 80s vibe. That was it. I'm done.
All right. That was 7 seconds shaved. And I heard it all. Go ahead, Jake.
Well, no, I was just saying well then because he finished early.
All right, you go ahead and do your score if you want.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go Jamar, Jason, Mike on that one.
All right. I had Jamar, Mike, Jason. Okay. Let's Okay, perfect. We're going to go into the next round. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to be going into the don't come for me round. All right. So the first up we have for don't come for me is Mike. Mike, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't have a whole lot to work with, but I'm ready.
Okay. You have some stuff to work with. I know. All right. 30 seconds on the clock and go.
So let's start with Jason. I mean, you said that Canada doesn't really crime. What is? We're playing GTA. You create the fucking crime. You go around, you shoot people, you run them over, you fucking take a moose and just go on a murder spree. The sky's the limit. So you don't fucking start with, it's not a fucking crime area. And I said Dwayne on purpose. I even threw in that it was to avoid copyrights, but apparently you don't listen. And as far as Jamar goes, I'm pretty sure the only thing he said is that we developed a game and he just chose a place. I don't think that's really an argument for me to have to defend, so I'm just going to kind of leave him on the side.
Perfect timing, 30 seconds. Okay. And thank God you mentioned that Dwayne Gretzky thing. All right.
I know, right?
Next up, we have Jamar. Jamar, are you ready?
Yeah.
30 seconds on the clock and go.
All right. Game development is hard. I guess is Jason's attack against me. You do realize you need to try a little bit harder to kind of beat me on that. Driving on the other side actually would probably be a good charm for the game if you think about it. Mike, gloom. Oh, wow. Are you serious? Oh, no, it's so foggy. You do realize there's been games that take place in London and hasn't been rainy all the time. I mean, use an example. Assassin's Creed. I don't know. They did a really good job of recreating that environment.
All right. Shaving seconds off the clock. You officially saved us 10 seconds of this episode, and I'm now wasting all 10 seconds of it right now in this moment. So congratulations on that. Okay. Next up, we have Jason in the Don't Come On Me round. Jason, are you ready?
Yeah.
30 seconds on the clock and go.
All right, Jamar. So, yeah, you made a good point. Yeah, they definitely did skip over San Andreas or Vice City to go San Andreas. I get that. But when you think about Vice City, it's made for these next-gen systems. Vice City is a takeoff Miami. It's bright, it's colorful, it's going to look more realistic, and it's going to work really well on that type of system. Mike, man, honestly, 6 million sold, I get that, but it was a building franchise, right? Each game outdid the other one. Vice City outdid GTA 3. San Andreas did it. And we've already gone back to San Andreas. We're not going back to San Andreas for another game.
That was 30 seconds. All right. Perfect. Well, you guys really fucking hate each other, or something's all pent up from today because Jesus Christ, were you going at each other's throats? You guys all did excellent. It's actually a really hard round for me to score. Jake, do you have a score ready? Because I'm still thinking about mine.
Yeah, I mean, I was debating a little bit, but yeah, I can go. I'm going to have to say Mike, Jamar, Jason for that one.
You know what's hilarious is that's the exact order I have typed up.
Great minds.
Oh, are we getting along right now, Jake? This is weird for me.
Oh, you guys are BFFs.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's fucking weird. Fuck you. Okay. We're moving on to the closing arguments round. You guys, honestly, props to all you. You've all done excellent tonight. I would play all three of these games. Not even kidding. Probably wouldn't finish them or play online that much, but I'd play them. That's for sure.
Oh, it's just like GTA 5.
Closing arguments. Jason, you just went, but you're up first in the closing arguments round, my friend.
All right, sounds good.
Go ahead, buddy.
All right, my opponents this week made some great points on why their city should host the next Grand Theft Auto game. They're wrong. Vice City is the only option. Vice City provides a unique environment with stunning visuals and the potential for a crime drama that is a GTA staple. Vice City is obviously a spoof of Miami, and there are so many great opportunities to spoof properties like Scarface, Pain and Gain, Get Shorty, Bad Boys franchise, just to name a few, that all take place in Miami. Rockstar can use those to create fun missions and great Easter eggs. The main story will focus on the relationship between the twins and Big V, while Tommy is providing his advice, and the twins can choose whether to listen or not. Without giving up the plot twist, you'll be forced to make some tough choices towards the end of the game that will make you question your morals. I'm already looking forward to destroying the streets of Vice City with all of you online. And in closing, we've returned to Liberty City. We've returned to San Andreas. It's time we go back to Vice City. Most of the rumors that have come out over this past week are pointing in this direction. Deep down, it's what we all want. Even Rockstar agrees. Looking at all the evidence that I've pointed out, the cast, the story, Vice City makes the most sense. Thank you.
All right, short, sweet, to the point, Jason. I appreciate you. All right, next up we have Jamar. Jamar, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and give us your closing arguments.
All right. Will it load? Okay, there we go. So there are many good options for locations of GTA 6, like Canada or even Vice City. However, there's truly only one great location, and that's London. Like I mentioned earlier, London has it all when it comes to a GTA game that fans expect. Iconic places, scenery, great roads for driving, even though it's on the wrong side of the road. And of course, this place is filled with rich history and crazy news to make fun of. Not to mention, with the power of the next gen consoles, we can even see locations in surrounding areas like Ireland, that'll be cool, or even Paris. So the more important thing, though, is with the recent exit of Dan Houser and the monumental success of GTA 5, this isn't a time to take a huge risk with the franchise. Now is the time to go back to the roots and make a trip across the pond. You should choose London.
All right, also sweet to the point. I dig it. Okay, last up we have the bitch of the week. Okay, Mike, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, give me your closing argument.
All right. So GTA has always been about, one-upping themselves. Every time around, they make it bigger and better. And, I mean, what better way to get bigger and better after GTA 5 than to not just do a small little city, but to do an entire country? I mean, it gives you options where you can have it be like a traditional GTA game where you have the cities and all the normal crime, but then it also kind of throws in a little bit of the flavor that everyone was excited about for Red Dead Redemption, where you get to go out in the woods and you can go and fight a bear or a Bigfoot or a fucking, I don't know, penguin. It's cold up there. Who knows? Realistically, it's time to shake it up. You can only do kind of major cities so many times, and you can only do bigger maps of those same cities so many times. So we need kind of a fresh paint. We need a big map, because especially after Red Dead being such a huge map that you'd spend most of your gameplay riding your horse from one side to the other for a mission, distracted by what's going on, and that was one of the things people loved about it. Why not do that with Canada, where you get like the comedic value of just anything you can do with Canadians, because people just, for whatever reason, love making fun of them. I mean, hell, South Park has made it a staple in their show to make fun of Canadians. There's just no reason to not go to Canada with this. And on top of that, I mean, who doesn't want a pre-order bonus where you get some goofy off-brand Rocky and Bullwinkle DLC where you shoot squirrels out of a moose's ass? So, I mean, I think you're going to make the right choice and choose Canada on this one.
Hey, guy. Thank you. All right. That was brave of you to throw out a penguin animal because it's cold up there to the animal expert who's about to give you input.
I know, right? As soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, fuck me. There goes last place on that one.
Let's see what Jake says. Jake, give me some feedback on the penguin.
Yeah, penguins are all south. They're not north. They're not North Pole or tundra animals. They're all Antarctica and South Hemisphere. But yeah, no, I wasn't going to give him shit for that. I was going to kind of point out that, like, he talked about Canada for 4 rounds and didn't mention the hilarity that would be the Mounties.
I mentioned Mounties a couple times.
He mentioned them.
Oh, okay. It must have been when you cut out on my phone. I apologize. I'm not grading you on that, though, anyway. Did you want me to go first, Wes, or you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, yeah. So I'm going to have to go Jamar, Mike, Jason.
All right. Jamar, Mike, Jason. Man, this is a tough one. You guys all did solid work here. Man.
Yeah, they were all amazing, and like I would play the shit out of all of them, for sure, like you said. But there has to be a ranking. So
yeah, I have mine set up just a little bit different. I have it Mike, Jason, Jamar. All right, so let's get it tallied up here. I think we all know the answer. Okay, perfect. I got them all tallied up, and we have a clear winner and we have a clear loser. I'm proud to announce there will officially be a new bitch of the week. But first, let's talk about who won GTA Canada. GTA Canada 1. It was a great. Honestly, I gave you the most boring place on the entire world, and you did something with it. So great job with that. I'm proud of you. Like your intro round was great. wasn't Jason good, but it was great. So we have a new bitch of the week, and the new bitch of the week is Jason. Jason, let's have some words, buddy.
He doesn't even know where penguins are from, yet he beat me in the final round. So I'm like on Mike level, a little irritated by that last round because I felt like my closing argument was way fucking better than his. But whatever. I'll take it because
I can't bring outside knowledge into judging. You know what I mean? Like I can't just because I know animals. Like,
but that just goes to show you that he's just making shit up and just saying shit. Like that proves our point with Mike is that he just says shit to say shit and then that knowledge should
put money that there's penguins up there. I can put money on it. But there's a zoo.
In a zoo, I guess.
Yeah.
There's a zoo.
Yeah.
I also like to point out Mike did not mention one city in Canada.
No, not even.
I don't think he knows any cities in Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, before the show started, we did not say cities. We said location. Location was given.
We also said location, and both of you guys made video games. So but I didn't lose, so I'm not going to argue. But
Jason,
my only issue is the closing round because I thought mine was nice, but whatever.
I do want to give you props on something. Out of all the games, yours is the game I would play the most out of, and I fucking love that one of the ideas that you spouted, and I really hope GTA does it and Rockstar does it. But having two Vice Cities played simultaneously, I think is fucking genius because then you can see how the world changed from the 90s to present, and I think that's awesome. So props to you on that.
I appreciate that.
The 80s.
Well, he said 90s.
The original game took place in the 80s, so his fall would have been in the early 90s, right? Because he was on the top of the world when the game ended.
That's right. See,
so we're talking about his decline.
As a judge, I listen, man.
West pays more attention than Jason does.
I mean, it's still a different time frame. You don't know how long he was on top. You can take liberties with it, but whatever.
All right. Well, Jason, go ahead and close this up.
Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you for listening to this week's Fanboy Fight Club podcast. The first rule of the Fanboy Fight Club podcast is you must talk about the Fanboy Fight Club podcast. Share us with your friends. Check us out on social media. We are the flagship podcast for media junkies, but we are not the only show. The five of us offer so much more. You can catch Michael and I on the Gimmick Minute Wrestling podcast. Mike, tell everyone where they can buy Fanboy Fight Club t-shirts.
If you go to tpublic.com and search Media Junkie, Fanboy Fight Club, Gimmick Minute, or Modern Toy Fair, it'll bring up the designs. If you open one of them up, it'll have a little blue link that says Volta Personality Comics. They'll take you to all the other designs, including the newest one, the Macho Mando. Oh, yeah, this is the way.
And also, make sure you check out Jamar's podcast, Why Are You a Gamer? What do you got lined up for us there?
Today is the future. So yesterday I had a new episode post with Haloran and it was fucking fantastic. He talked about the mastery of video games, how he ended up becoming a caster and host, and it is really, really fucking fun.
Caster and host for what?
For esports. He actually hosts esport events.
Ooh, that sounds like it would be a great listen.
Say it again?
That sounds like it would be a great listen. Hink, hink,
it is a really, really great listen.
Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah, definitely. All right. And then Jamar and Wes will be coming back very soon with a Rogue Agents podcast. So stay tuned for that. Wes, are you excited about Rogue Agents coming back?
Yes.
All right. Perfect. And also don't sleep on our YouTube channel. You can find it at youtube.com/Media Junkie. We got tons of great content on there. You can interact with Jake on the Fanboy Fight Club Facebook page or tweet at us at FBFC Podcast. Don't forget to follow Media Junkie on Instagram and Twitter at Media Junkie Vids. So I'm going to leave you with a few questions. Will Jamar take a trip to London, 1969? Will Michael learn geography? Will Wes quit competing and becoming a full-time judge? And will Jake finally find a computer and a microphone? Find out the answers to all these questions and more, minus the one that Wes tried to add on there to get me to read. And you'll find out the answers to all these and more on the next episode of the Fanboy Fight Club podcast. Goodbye, everybody.